Banking on one of them landing during these exchanges.
Oh! Emmett goes down! Jeremy Stephens trying to close the show!
Oh no!
Knee to a grounded opponent, new rules in effect, Emmett's out! Jeremy Stephens!
When we saw it in the replay, I asked them to show me different angles.
Different angles, yes.
I'm like, because at the first they said, look, it looks like it's illegal. And then I said, I don't see his fingers. I want to see his fingers. Let me see his fingers. And then when we went to one where you see his fingers, you could see Mousasi lift him up, which is what you're supposed to do. So the only reason why Weidman had his hands down like that is because he thought that could prevent him from getting hit. He didn't have his hands down like that because it's an offensive gesture. He's not like putting his hands down there because it's a next move. You know, what he's doing is he's dealing with the fact that Mousasi has his neck. He's dealing with the fact that he's getting kneed in the head, and he's thinking the best way to stop is to put my two hands down. Because, like, that's not a position that you would ever be in if you were trying to hurt somebody, right? So what he's trying to do is he's trying to stop the knees or figure out what to do and catch his mind. Because he's been tagged a few times in this round. He got hurt.
Dude, Dominic Cruz and Michael Bisping are fucking blind. That was a knee to the back of the head. To the knee to the back of the head. An illegal knee to the illegal back of the head. Give me a friggin' break. Congratulations to Stephens. He fought a good one.
Kind of whizzed by because I know his side was not happy.
Listen, you know, Dan Mergliotta came in the back. He said that under this state specifically is the new rules. He said if two hands are on the ground, you could lift one hand up to throw a knee. When I rocked him, I waited for an opportunity. I was looking to throw the knee. It wasn't just heat of the moment. I'm just throwing stuff because I'm not a dirty fighter. I never have been. I'm a killer. I looked for the kill, but I do it professionally. He did raise his hand up. I threw a knee. I didn't feel it land. It didn't. People were saying that it didn't land, and that's not what finished him. You know, so to me that was legal. Dan Mergliotta, if he thought it was illegal, he could have stopped the fight. That's not my job. Under this state, those are the rules. You know, and it is what it is. And I took advantage of the opportunity. I go for the kill. I train for the finish. That's what I do. And you know, I went over to his corner. I said, hey, you know, I didn't talk any crap. I respect your guys' camp. You know, I think his boxing coach was like, it's not you, it's the ref. And so there's no bad feelings, you know. And I saw Emmett go out on the stretcher. I don't wish that upon anybody.
One of the things that's changing is what we have is the determination of what is a grounded fighter. For years now, we have been using basically the same concept of what a boxing official would use as saying that, you know what, anything more than the soles of the fighter's feet makes them a grounded fighter. Fighters were really smart and they used that and they took and started to actually put themselves in positions that you would look and say, well, that's not a beneficial position where they're at, and they put their little hand down and it takes away the abilities of their opponent. What we've done is we've changed what is the actual interpretation of a grounded opponent. When we talk about a grounded opponent, when it comes to them being on their feet, if they're in the stand-up position and decide to put one hand down like they did in the past, they are not a grounded opponent. It would take, with only their feet on the ground, they would have to have both hands touch the ground to put themselves in a position where they're considered grounded by the official and they cannot be kneed or kicked to the face. Now, this is a position you're going to have to work with and stuff because there's other things that come into effect with this. If you have a fighter in this position where they start to put one hand down, there's differences of what can be done now than what could be done in the past. Obviously, they can be kneed or they can be kicked to the head. They can also have where they can get their hand stomped. Before in the past, once they put their hand down, they were no longer a standing opponent. They were grounded, and you could not stomp on a grounded fighter in any fashion, even including the foot. Well, now they can still stomp with that one hand down. They could stomp the foot, and they could still stomp the hand. But if they put both hands down, they are down. I want you to consider when you're looking at this, any other body part that touches the ground. You have a fighter, he's got both hands up and one knee is on the ground, he is a grounded fighter. You got a fighter who's got both hands up in the air and he's got his butt on the ground, he is a grounded fighter. You have a fighter that in any position has anything more than just his hands or feet in the ground, they are grounded and they cannot legally be kneed or kicked to the face under this rule.